Good morning students, class 8th. As we already have completed 3 chapters, chapter number 1, 2 and 3. So now we are going to start a new chapter and the name of the chapter is square and square roots. So this is going to be NCERT chapter number 6. I am skipping few chapters as to make the correct combination of number of chapters of arithmetic, geometry and algebra. So that's why I have started this chapter. So students, squares and square roots. So firstly, before starting the exercise, as few questions are written, you can see these are exercise 6.1 questions, but we cannot jump to the questions. Before that we have to just get the proper intro of the chapter. So I am going to begin with this. So square and square roots. Squares and square roots. You already might be familiar with these words, so I will properly explain you. Have you heard the word square? So students, square is the word we use when a number is multiplied by itself. Then we get the square of that particular number. Once a number is multiplied with itself, then we get the square of the number. For example, suppose what will be the square of 1? So 1 square means 1 into 1. We will get 1 only. So 2 square means the number 2 is multiplied by itself. So 2 into 2, 4. What will be the square of 3? So that will be 3 into 3, 9. What will be the square of 4? That will be 4 into 4, so 16. What will be the square of 5? That will be 5 into 5, 25. I hope you understood this. So let us just write the number. 6 square will be 36. 7 square will be how much? 49. 8 square will be 64. 9 square will be 81. 10 square will be 100. 11 square will be how much? Your memory should be good. 11 square is 121. 12 square is 144. 13 square is 169. 14 square is how much? That is, you should remember this, that is 196. So 15 square is 225. 16 square is 256. 17 square is 289. 18 square is 324. 19 square is 361. 20 square is 400. And even you should remember up to 25. So I am going to write that. 21 square is 441. 22 square is 484. 23 square is 529. 24 square is 576. 25 square is 625. So up to 25, I wish that every student should learn. Why every student should learn? Because once you will learn up to 25, the squares of up to 25, I have few shortcut tricks. Maybe you have watched the videos, so we will discuss this later. Right now we are going to understand the concept behind square and square roots. So if a number is multiplied by itself, then we get the square of the number. So students, now for example, let us discuss it in detail. So we have discussed the square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16. But between 1 and 4, we have written 1 and then we are getting the square 4, then we are getting the square 9, then we are getting the square 16. But this is the square of 1, this is the square of 2, this is the square of 3, this is the square of 4, and 25 is the square of 5. So right now, as you can see, we are skipping few numbers. For example, between 1 and 2, after 1 we will get 2 and we are getting the square 4. After 2, directly we are getting 3, we are getting the square 9. So between 4 and 9, and between 1 and 4, and between 9 and 16, there are so many numbers like 2, 3. Okay, between 4 and 9 there are numbers 5, 6, 7, 8. Between 9 and 16 there are so many numbers like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so many more number to come. So these numbers are not the square of a natural number. 1 2 3 4 5 6, these all are the natural numbers. Square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9. So the meaning of this is that 2 is the square of none of the number, none of the natural number. 3 is the square of none of the natural number. Similarly, 5 is not the square of any natural number. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and so on are the natural numbers. So students, these numbers which we have written right now, like 1 4 9 16, these all are the square of natural number. And the numbers which are the squares of the natural numbers are known as perfect square numbers. You understood this? These are the perfect square numbers. So we can say 1 is a perfect square number, 9 is also a perfect square number, but 7 is not a perfect square number, because this is not the square of any number. Any natural number will not get 7 when it will be multiplied by itself. So 7 is not a natural square number, perfect square number. We can say 9 is a perfect square number, 16 is a perfect square number, 25 is a perfect square number, and all these numbers which are the square of a natural number are perfect square number. So students, there is a certain pattern by which we can get the perfect square number, and we can recognize the number just by watching that. There are few methods by which we can come to know that either a number is perfect square or not. So firstly, I will tell you the long method to evaluate whether the given number is a perfect square number or not. For example, suppose a number is given to us, suppose 1600, and they are asking, check it out whether this 1600 is either a perfect square or not. So one method is just to give the prime factorization of this number. We have written 1600 divided by 2, we will get 800, divided by again by 2, 400, again divided by 2. I hope you can understand this well. 200, then divide by 2, 100, then divide by 2, 50, and so on, by 2, 25, by 5, 5, and by 5, then we get 1. Now students, after just getting the perfect prime factorization of the number, just start making the one pair of the numbers. So one pair, another pair, another pair, another pair. If there is no number left after making out the pair, that means the number is perfect square. So 1600 is a perfect square number. Why it is a perfect square number? Because none of the number is left. Okay, so this is the method how we can examine that the given number is whether a perfect square number or not. So you may check it out for any number, but this method will take your time. For example, suppose I have given a number which is a very large number, 17826592778. Now tell me, this is a perfect square or not? And once you will start solving it, it will take a lot of time. Okay, so this will be a very longer method, so we should have a shortcut for that. That's why I am going to tell you that by just observing the number, we can tell whether the given number is perfect square or not. So I can tell you the significance of perfect square numbers. Significance of a perfect square number. So students, let us discuss about that. What are the significance? As you can see from all the numbers, the square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, 9, then 16. We are getting as a unit place digit. 1 we are getting, 4 we are getting, 9 we are getting, 6 we are getting, 5 we are getting, then again 6 we are getting, 9, 4, 1, 0. If we have discussed up to 10, we have discussed all the numbers, because unit digit will start repeating itself. For example, I have any number of how many digits? suppose x, y, z digit, but the last digit will be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, means 0. The last digit, unit place digit, cannot be different from all these numbers. So obviously the unit place digit will repeat by these numbers only. So you can get that when you multiply the combination of 1 and 1, you are getting 1. You are multiplying the combination of 2 and 2, you are getting 4. 3 and 3, you are getting 9. But in none of the number, you are getting 2. You can see 2 is not present. Which else number is not present in any pair? That is 3. Which else number is not present? 2, 3, 4 is present, 5 is present, 6 is present, 7 is not present. Any other number which is not present? Tell me. So you can see 8 is not present. So these numbers you have to remember. So we will make a certain rule. This rule is given in your NCERT book. So the numbers which are ending with, which numbers we have discussed? 2, 3, 7 and 8 can't be perfect square numbers. Because we can see that these numbers we are not getting. Once we will multiply any two numbers by itself, then we will never get 2, 3, 7, 8 combination. So the numbers which are ending with 2, 3, 7, 8 and 8 can't be perfect square number. We can say if the unit place digit of any number is 2, 3, 7 and 8, it cannot be a perfect square number. Now students, second rule. Let me write this, then I will explain to you. The number ending with odd number of zeros, with odd number of zeros can't be a perfect square. So this is also a rule you can remember. What is the meaning of this? Let us discuss about that. So students, suppose I multiply 10 to 10, what I will get? 100. If I multiply 300 into 300, what I will get? 3 3 is a 9, 2 0, 2 0, we will get 4 0. So every time we will get a perfect square number, we will get the pair of zeros. It is not possible that we will get a single zero in a perfect square number. So single zero means we will get the pair of zeros, because the zeros of this and the zeros of this, both we will write. So it will make a even combination of the number of zeros. So none of the time we will get the odd number of combination of number of zeros. That's why this rule is introduced, that is the number ending with odd number of zeros can't be a perfect square. So suppose someone is asking me, tell me that 1000 is a perfect square or not. I will tell orally no. Why? Because this is ending with odd number of zeros. So this will reduce our calculation time. We don't need to do prime factorization of this number and making the pair of the numbers, as I have done it in this example. I have solved it and I found that the number pair of all the numbers were completed. So this number was a perfect square. But there is a rule. By using this rule, we can come to know that 1000 is of course not a perfect square. Why? Because this is ending with odd number of zeros. So these are the two rules. One is the number ending with 2, 3, 7, 8 cannot be a perfect square, and the number ending with odd number of zeros cannot be a perfect square number. There are certain more rules. You can remember these rules, like the square of an odd number is always an odd number. Suppose you have an odd number like 19. You will multiply 19 into 19. 9 9s are 81. So last digit will be, means square of 19 is actually 361. I am writing it directly. So you can see the square of odd number is odd. Square of even number will be always even. If you have any doubt, you may check this. 2 is even, 4 is even, 4 is even, 16 is even, 6 is even, 36 is even, 8 is even, 64 is even. And you can check out for all the odd numbers as well. 3 is odd number, 9 is also odd. 5 is odd, 25 is also odd. 7 is odd, 49 is odd. 9 is odd, 81 is odd. So square of odd number is always odd, and square of an even number is always an even number. The square of an even number is always even. So these are the certain rule which should be remembered by you. So students, I have discussed the basic of a square, and I haven't discussed the basic of a square root yet. I will discuss in the next lecture. But after discussing all these, we should just come to the questions which are given in your NCERT book, exercise 6.1 in your NCERT. You may check it out. What will be the unit place digit of a square of following numbers? We can come to know the unit place digit just by remembering the last digit. The last digit of this number is 1. So 1 ones are 1. So the unit place digit of the square of 81 will be 1 only. Similarly, what will be the unit place digit of a square of 272? So last digit is 2. Just remember the last digit. What is the square of 2? 2 2s are 4. So last digit will be 4. Similarly, 8th part is 52698. What will be the square of 52698? Means last digit will be 8 8 is 64. Only the unit place digit will decide that the square of this number will hold which number as the unit place digit. So here the unit place digit is 8, square of 8 is 64. So obviously this number square will end with 4. Similarly, 55555, the last digit will be 5 5s are 25, so it will be 5 only. So I hope you understood this. I haven't discussed all the parts, the remaining parts you can do by yourself, and that's your homework. Okay. So yes, and one more thing, you can WhatsApp me your homework that you have solved it or not. Now question number 2. The following numbers are not perfect square. Give reason. So students, we have to justify that why these numbers are not a perfect square number. So I already have discussed all the rules that what are the significance of a perfect square number. As you can see, 1057. So as you can see, 7 is the number. What is the, I already have discussed the rule. The number ending with 2 3 7 8 cannot be a perfect square. So it's ending with 7, it cannot be a perfect square. Similarly, 2 3 7 8. Here is 3, it cannot be perfect square. Here is last digit is 8, cannot be perfect square. You will mention it in your notebook in proper way that since the number is ending with 7, so it cannot be a perfect square. You will justify this because you can check out the question. You have to give reason. So you will mention it in well manner. And you are Gurukulian, so you will do it. Now, next one is 22200. Why this number will not be a perfect square? So students, the reason will be as this number is ending with odd number of zeros. 3 zeros are there. I already have discussed this rule. If a number is ending with odd number of zeros, then it cannot be a perfect square number. Now students, question number 3 is square of which of the number would be odd one. So I already have told you one thing, that if the number is odd, the square will be odd. If the number is even, the square will be even. 431, it's odd number, so square will be odd. This number is even number ending with 6. The number ending with 2, 4, 6, 8 and 0 are even number. So this is even number, square will be also even. This is odd number, the square will be also odd. So I hope you understood these 3 questions and the basic of the chapter. So this is going to be enough for today. And complete your homework and show me. So thank you. God bless you.